Yo everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Steins Gate Zero. Last left off, we were about to talk to Krisu, or Amadeus Krisu. I suddenly heard a girl's voice from the speaker. I found myself jumping off the sofa. I knew this voice. I couldn't forget it. I could never. Maho turned on the monitor. The girl I'd never forgotten appeared on the screen. Maybe it was based off her appearance at the brain science lab, because she was wearing a white lab coat. The PC camera turned towards me on its own. Who is this? Maho was introducing me, but I didn't hear anything she was saying. I simply stared, entranced. I wanted to reach out my hands. I wanted to touch her. She was right there. Nice to meet you, Okabe Renato. I am Maske Krisu. I look forward to working with you. And then we cut into the opening. No! What with those gloves? Awesome. Sorry I'm silent, but man. Also, off topic, hugely, I'm glad that a game is called Steins Gate Zero and it's not a prequel. It's refreshing that Zero is not the prequel name for the prequel game anymore. Anywho, on to the next chapter. Alright, Mr. Okabe. Try to relax. Psychologist? My voice is a bridge guiding you down into the past. You're going down and down and down. And then you see a gentle coloured light. I was dreaming. Daydreaming. I was aware that I was lying on the big sofa undergoing counselling. I tried my best to stay calm and imagine what the psychologist was telling me. What colour is the light? Red. Red, I see. The person you care about is standing in the light. Are they your family? No. Then your friend? Or perhaps lover? Lover. No, not my lover. Not even my friend. Then what are they? She and I are... Memories come flooding back into my mind like a geyser. Could you come with me for a moment? Mayuri is not needed. Whoa, this is going all over the place. I know you used the time loop machine. Save Mayuri. Go back to the beta world, light in the world where Mayuri doesn't die. It's not for your sake, but for mine as well. Will you remember me? Am I going to die? I don't want to die. Mr. Okabe? I killed her. It was me. It was me. Listen to me. I'm going to pat you on your shoulders. When you do, you will be fully awake. 3, 2, 1, now. There was a loud sound and I felt an impact on my shoulders. Chris's suffering face disappeared instantly and I could feel my consciousness awakening. I stood up off the sofa. I felt dizzy and almost fell over. Are you alright? Rest a minute. I'll bring you a towel right now. The psychologist left the room. I realized I was soaking in sweat. The air conditioning was working, so I could tell it wasn't from the heat. This was the first time I tried hypnotherapy at the mental health clinic. Method of therapy where the patient is placed under a hypnotic state and the therapist acts directly on their subconscious mind to remove the psychological traumas that lead to mental illness. In Japan, there's no government certification system for hypnotherapy, but therapeutic associations do offer their own certifications. Certified hypnotherapists are sometimes called hypnosis technicians. Huh. My body felt strangely heavy. When I go outside, it was night. There's a penguin on that building. It was almost December, and the wind was cold. Oh, that's a cute scarf. How was it, Okarine? Mayuri Shia? Ashina asked me gently. Mayuri was a high school student and my childhood friend. She came with me to counseling today. I told her she didn't need to, but she left school early to come. All I ever did was make her worry. Around 3 months ago, my one obsession had been saving her. To me, she had always been someone I had to protect, and now she was worried about me. It's only because of Mayuri's recommendation that I tried counseling. Let's see what... Oh gosh. Quizu is on my phone. Go a sec, Uncle Ocarine. Okay. Listen, what do you think I should do about Mum and Dad? What do you mean? It's just... I just can't see them getting together like this. Well, you're right. Uncle Ocarine, is there anything you can do? No, there's nothing... Well, Suzuha must be in such an awkward position right now. You know there's nothing I could do that... there's nothing I could do to help with that. It kind of hurts that you just give up that easily. It doesn't seem to be your kind of thing, Uncle. Ah, you do have normal Suzuha. Did we have Suzuha when I was checking the list earlier and I just like blanked out or something? I don't know. We got Moha's info. Anyways, it was only because of Mayuri's recommendation that I tried counselling. It's not that bad, they said. I told her a small lie to make her feel better. Actually, they told me I'd suffered serious trauma. They stopped the hypnotherapy and gave me a course on counselling and drugs. Now they wanted to wait and see the results. Basically, they decided there was nothing to do but treat my symptoms and wait for it to heal naturally. I could tell if what Maho had showed me yesterday was having an effect. I couldn't tell if what Maho showed me yesterday was having an effect. I underwent treatment without telling the psychologist about the time machine or the world lines, most of the things that had happened. So maybe there was no way for them to make a proper diagnosis. In any event, I decided not to think too much about the results. Hey, Mayuri. You haven't eaten yet, right? Want to get some food? I'll treat you. Oh, can I go to Akibara then? Luca and Ferris said they haven't seen you in forever and they want to meet up. Akibara, huh? The clinic was walking distance of my house. Akibara was much further away. But even so, I couldn't turn down Mayuri's request. Are we going to May Queen? Until the events of this summer, I'd gone there almost every day. In fact, I practically lived there. Lately, I only went 3 times a week, at the absolute most. And then only to go shopping on the way home from school. We went out into the plaza in front of the station. Just like in Ikebukuro, even though it was only a month until Christmas, there was barely any decorations. I'm sure this whole place would be covered in them the minute it was December 1st. As it should be. No Christmas decorations until December. Eventually, I was sure to see maids in Santa outfits. Maids in Santa outfits. Passing out flyers in Akibara, huh? Akibara could really be weird. Oh, it's Ferris and Luca. Ta-ta! Oh, I don't know on who to comment on first. Oh, God. That is one interesting hoodie cape cloak thing that Ferris has. Kyoma. Ferris and Luca have been waiting. They ran over as soon as they saw us. I missed you now. Ferris Nyan Nyan jumped at me without the slightest hesitation. She was a maid, and Ferris wasn't her real name. I knew her real name, but if I didn't call her Ferris at all times, even when she wasn't working, she would get mad at me. She was wearing the same outfit she always wore, her work clothes at her job at the Cafe May Queen 9 Squared. They're missing the plus. Damn it. Was May Queen going to switch to Santa outfit soon? Stop it, everyone's looking at us. Tried to pull Ferris off me, but it wasn't working. Maybe we should just steal the cat ears off her head. Who cares now? All that matters right now is Ferris and Kyoma. I care, stop calling me Kyoma. Yeah, why? I've consigned that name to my dark past. Oops. Net slang, an embarrassment part of your history that you would rather not talk about, and that you would wish was forgotten. Soldiers can be found in certain famous giant robot anime. Meow. First looked upset, but I decided to ignore her. Hoin Kyoma. It's so wrong that they switched them around. As part of Hoin Kyoma was part of a past I sealed away. I decided to pretend he never existed. He had meddled with the forbidden invention called the time machine, and as a result, the systems that ruled the world had punished him. He dashed their hopes of many, lost the life of someone he cared for, and his heart had suffered grievous wounds. He must never be awoken again. I didn't need him anymore. Then, what should I call you, Nya? Well, Ocarine or something. Okabe or something. I think Ocarine's a cute name, don't you, Ferris? By the way, Ferris was what? Ferris? Oh god, have I been saying it the wrong way all the time? Or something, and I've just not noticed it? By the way, Ferris is what Mayu's calls Faris. She claimed it was easier to pronounce or something like that. Well, if you say so, Mayushi. It still doesn't sound right though. She looked unsatisfied, but she backed up away. Lukako, it's been a while. Yes. Lukako smiled happily. He always looked as beautiful as a pretty girl. But he's a guy. He was a classmate of Mayuri and could often be seen helping at the Yanabayashi Shrine, where his family lived. Nope. The shrine in Akibara, cross and then go down the street. Then you go into the bridge and you see it along the river. Home of many stray cats as well as Luka Urabashbara. Surnames. I probably shouldn't call him Lukako. Just like I told Ferris not to call me Kaoma. He had his own name, Luka Uroshiba. But calling Lukako Luka after all this time, that would be really embarrassing. Feels like a very long time. I sometimes go to the lab, but you haven't been there much, have you? No, I haven't. I've been busy with school. I had to get ready for ATF, too. Even after that was done, I've been busy with Maho and Dr. Leiskin, and then Madas. I didn't have a chance to rest. But avoid mentioning that to them. Oh, I'm in a club now. You joined a club? What kind of club, Nya? UFO? UMA? Oh, why do I keep hitting them on? Unidentified mysterious animal, a creature whose existence has not been confirmed by science. Examples include the Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, or the Japanese Kappa and Tsuchinoko. The word UMA itself is invented by the Japanese, and no one outside of Japan will recognize it. Huh. Uma. I like it. Unidentified flying object, usually used to refer to spacecraft piloted by aliens. This term actually describes any kind of object, flying object whose nature is unknown. Who do you guys think I am? I guess I haven't told them then. Mayu, I'm pretty sure I told her. And the two of them looked at me with wide-eyed. I chucked a knowing smile and puffed up my chest. The tennis club. Huh? Really? Sorry. I'm just still getting the mental image of Ocarine playing tennis. The people around us all turned to stare at Ferris and Luca. Why the tennis club? Wakabe, have you ever played tennis? Of course not. May not look it, but I'm terrible at sports. I'm confident I'll lose to Mayu at distance running. Then why? Well, it's a long story, but the assistant professor who's my teacher at the school is the tennis club's advisor. They asked me to join. That's not long at all. Well, I'm not done yet. The teacher done a lot for me, so I decided to stop by. And it turns out I have a talent for tennis. Despite the fact that I'm a beginner, I beat every single one of them. Well, amazing, huh? You really are amazing, Okabe. Huh. There's something wrong with a normal Okabe. It doesn't suit him whatsoever. If I had known, I would have been a pro tennis player. You can win Wimbledon. Huh? What's wrong, face? Do you have a headache? I'm not even sure where to begin. This is the most obvious ploy to get a new member that I've ever heard. Yeah. That's the most obvious ploy. Don't say that. I had kind of noticed, but I'm trying to avoid thinking about it. But they're all really good people. So you've been busy practicing with your club then? Huh? Oh no. Actually, I barely go. Huh? Then just what are you doing? Matchmaking parties and stuff. Their shouts filled the whole street, and once again people turned around and stare. It's not that surprising, is it? I'm a normal college kid. That's true. I'm sorry. But Luca was fidgeting like he wanted to say something. How could he go after other women when you got your beautiful Ferris? It's unforgivable, yeah. Don't get the wrong idea, okay? I'm not really interested in girls. I'm surprised Luca didn't get all interested upon hearing that. Or they didn't react whatsoever, taking it out of context. People who live satisfied and fulfilled normal lives. Examples are people with lots of friends, or people with girlfriends, or people who spend a lot of time with their school clubs, or people who go to parties, or aren't interested in anime, or go outside Japan during summer break. In fact, I went along with the rest of the club, but there weren't really any place for wannabe normal like myself. There was no way I could keep up with the conversations that the, well, normal normals had. While the other men and women were having fun, I would just kind of sit there. I know that feeling well. A matchmaking party was a challenge far beyond my compatibilities. I wasn't going to tell Ferris and Luca that, though. That's so nice. Roshi wants to go on a matchmaking party with Ocarina too. What? Mayu wanted to do what? Is she old enough to be interested in that sort of thing? Because that's when everyone gets together and has a fun party, right? Evidently not. Well, it's not wrong, but the nuisance is a little... nuisance is a little different, yeah. We could hold it at the lab. Of course, Luca and Ferris will come. Oh, and Daru and Ne and Suzu. Oh. Mayuri turned to me with a guilty look. Suzu, huh? Suzu Anime, also known as John Tider. A time traveler from the year 2036. A true warrior who is still fighting even as I was trying my best to give up. I'd barely seen her since summer. I was avoiding her. Didn't we have her on her phone and we messaged her not long ago? Part of the reason I stopped going to the lab was that she'd spent all her time there now. Till a month ago, just hearing Suzuha's name was enough to cause flashbacks, and it was all I could do to endure them. A symptom of post-traumatic stress disorder. Patients who undergo an extreme trauma can suddenly, without warning, find themselves reliving the memories of those experiences. Flashbacks can cause symptoms like palpitations and shaking hands and feet. After 3 months, I could finally stand to hear her name. But I don't think I could keep it together if I met her in person. Of course, it wasn't her fault, and I wasn't blaming her. So I didn't want to blame her. Wait, what? So so I didn't want her to blame me. She never came out and said it, but when she looked at me with those razor-sharp guilt in her eyes, I felt something like guilt. Everyone? Maishi's been planning an operation with Daru. Huh? An operation? It sounded like something the old me would have said. Yeah, what kind of operation, yeah? Operation makes Suzu smile. Huh? Why was Mayuri talking about this out of the blue? No, maybe it wasn't out of the blue. She might have been thinking about it for a long time. So I decided to respond as cheerfully as I could. Tell me about it, Mayuri. Oh. Okay. So Mayushi thinks that Suzu's normally kind of scary, but she's actually a really nice person. Sometimes when I'm in the lab, I start to fall asleep on the sofa, and when I wake up, there'll be a blanket over me. And when I asked Suzu about it, she said she has no idea, but... Oh, I had a similar experience. My dad once asked me to go shopping for him, and I was having trouble on the way back because I had to carry so much. And then Anime came by, and without saying anything, she took some of the bags from me and carried them. Huh? I had no idea. She said that it wasn't a big deal, so I shouldn't tell anyone. I was like, do I still have the message? Yeah, it's Suzuha! We were literally talking to Suzuha. Oh, I guess I just did. I see. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is completely wrong. We should not be seeing this. In the Alpha World line, she was a cheerful girl who smiled at everyone and who loved to go mountain biking. But on this world line, she wasn't the type who smiled a lot. This was practically due to the way she'd grown up. I heard about it third hand from Daru, but because of the unconventional conscription program that started after World War III broke out, she'd been forced to undergo military training ever since she was in middle school. After that, she joined up with the anti-government forces and got caught up in the terrible struggle. After that, he said she'd never really smiled. On the Beta World line, or the Alpha World line even, it was Seren and it was slightly different dystopia. So I want Suzu to really smile. I see. So what's your plan, yeah? A Christmas party. We all spoke in unison. It's almost Christmas, right? And Suzu said she's never been to a Christmas party. So Mayushi wants to give her one as a present. First, Anuka nodded in almost exact unison. I'm in, yeah? Me too. Thanks. Ocarine, will you come too? Huh? Well, you don't want to? It's not that, it's just... I don't think Suzuha would really want me there, do you? I was never going back to the past. I still couldn't forget that look on Suzuha's face when I told her that. It was an expression filled with anger and despair. She must have felt like her last, most desperate hope was crumbling away right in front of her eyes. The words she'd said to me the words she said to me then were still sharp thorns lodged in my heart. Suzuha doesn't like me, you know? Mayushi doesn't think so. I think she probably regrets the fact that she got mad at you. I think she just can't say it. Really? Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, once again, we text each other or message each other. I can't turn her down after Mayuri said that. Fine, I'll think about it. Okay. By the way, Okabe, there's a bit of hesitation in Luca's voice. How did the doctor's appointment go? Evidently, Luca had heard about my counseling from Mayuri. Maybe he wanted to see me because he was worried about how it went. One thing I will say, I don't like how the text box keeps fading in and out each time like the portraits move. Or more people get added to the portraits. I feel like that could have been a bit sharper, quicker? I don't know. I guess I'm making Lukaku and Ferris worry too. In this world line, they hadn't joined the lab. But even so, they were still dear friends. Oh, wrong button. Lab members. The term referred to the official, or lab mems. Official lab members of the Future Gadget Laboratory. And anyone who'd been given the designation has free access to the lab. Lab members are given number in the order that they joined. You have Okabe, Mayuri, Daru, Krisu, Moka, Ferris, Luca, and Suzaha. Yes, in order. I've never tried hypnotherapy before. It was interesting. I never thought it would work on me, so that was a big surprise. It worked? Perfectly. Huh? I bet Luca wouldn't last a second. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm sure. Luca would believe anything you told him. Anyway, there was no point in standing around forever. I was getting hungry and it was time to find some place to eat. To food! Hey guys, where do you want to eat? My treat. We decided to head towards Yodobashi. There was a lot of restaurants there, so it was perfect. Way to go, Kiyomo. I mean, Okuin. You're the best, yeah. Thank you. What should we eat? What should I eat? Maybe fried chicken? Juicy fried chicken? That's all Mayushi ever eats. I walked behind the three of them, and I thought to myself, what would it be like if Krisu were here? I tried my hardest for the past few months not to think about her, but she's in my phone. It was because of my experience yesterday that I... Was it because of my experience yesterday that I did anyway? The expressions, the little mannerisms I had seen yesterday, the voice, the way she walked, I remembered. I remembered my conversation with her. Hello, Okabe Rento. I'm Krisu Masu. It's so wrong having them the English way round. Nice to meet you. I couldn't respond at all. Something felt slightly off about the way Krisu moved on the screen. But it was really slight. I'd get used to it soon. More importantly, the voice and the way she spoke were exactly like the real Krisu. I almost cried. It was all I could do to stop from breaking down. Maho? It's not in the middle of the night, is it? The camera on the PC switched from me to Maho. No, it isn't. Why? I was wondering if the two of you were sleepy. Was she talking about the fact that I didn't respond to her introduction? I was asleep until just a bit ago, but now I'm 100% awake. I see you're as lazy as ever, huh? Don't be rude. Here's a question. Does she know that her real self is dead? Oh, that's just weird. Anyway, can I ask you a question? Sure, what's up? What's your relationship to Okabe Renato here? He's a student who participated in the last ATF semester. He seemed really interested in the research, so I brought him here. Maho decided not to tell Amadeus that I was a friend of Krisu before she did. Before she died. Why, I wonder? Did she not want Amadeus to find out? Or was I supposed to tell her myself? Huh? You must be pretty impressive if you're saying that. The Krisu on screen turned to me and smiled. Calm down. So, Okabe, what's your major? Brain science, I assume? It's... The words get stuck in my throat. I said calm down. You know that this is just a program. Her words, her appearance, even the conversation she's having with you right now, they're all artificial. But even though I knew that, I still couldn't speak. I had no idea what to say. And more than that, the words nice to meet you hit me harder than I thought they would. This wasn't the Krisu I'd spent those 3 weeks with. Mao had told me this ahead of time and I thought I'd understand it. But hearing it for myself hurt more than I imagined. I regretted not taking my anxiety meds, but it was too late now. My heart rate soared and my breathing became irregular. My head was spinning and the corners of my visions were beginning to dim. At some point, my lips had totally gone dry. Is something wrong, Okabe? Krisu sounded worried. The voice software must be pretty good, if it could handle nuances like that. His major is in brain science. But he's very interested in our research. He is? Dr. Linskin likes him too. At some point, I plan to make him my assistant. What? My head snapped up in surprise at Maho's bizarre statement. Me? Maho's assistant? Then I'd go to Victor Kondara University? Oh, you don't like the idea? It's not whether I like it or not. Well, it was a joke anyway. Oh, a joke? Did you take it seriously? I did not. I was going to tell her that I almost did. I see. But if you study really hard, it might not be a joke after all. Even if it wasn't, I'd rather be Dr. Ouch! I'd rather be Dr. Linskin's assistant. That was my way of getting back at her. It's harder to be his assistant than you might think. He's really a big kid. As she spoke, she quickly came over to me and tapped me on the arm a few times. I see. So that was it. She was making a joke to try and calm me down. Sorry, thanks. What are you talking about? I don't think subtlety was her thing. Maybe I was wrong. I didn't think. There we go. Maho, excuse me? Krisu, I like how they got that thingy. Beckoned to Maho from within the screen in a very human manner. What is it? Come a little closer towards the speaker. Maho moved her ear closer to the speaker. I was just thinking about how weird it was when... Huh? Maho suddenly turned bright red and shouted at the screen. Of course not. What are you talking about? You don't need to be so embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. Just stop being weird. Wait. Stop being weird, yeah. You're sure? I'm sure. What are you talking about? It was obvious that Krisu had whispered something to Maho. What did she say? Maho glared at me. For some reason she blushes and turned away. Ah, I see. From the way Maho was acting, and from what I knew about Krisu, there was only one possibility. Goddamn mainstream woman. A projective term used to refer to girls who are easily influenced by trends or who think or in ways that men find impossible to understand. However, it is said that only people who use it are often boys who have very little experience with women. I whispered a name that I often teased Krisu with and suddenly felt a lot better. She must have said something like, "You two make a good couple. You really found a man, huh?" The way she looked at a boy and girl holding a friendly conversation and immediately assuming they were dating was just like the Chris who I knew. Sheesh, what a system. I didn't need to be that true to her personality, did it? I chuckled. Do you think this Chrisu also browse at channel when Mao and the professor aren't looking too? Fictional. A huge anonymous message board that's the largest of its kind in Japan. Its catchphrase is everything from hacking to tonight's dinner. And the boards discuss everything from underground topics to normal news. Nah, knowing her, she's probably commenting. I remember Chrissy once browsed at channel on the Future Gadget Laboratory's computer when she knew no one else was around. Hey, knock before you come in. Christina, what are you doing when you should be working? Hey, stay back. Huh? Hey, what's with that? Oh, this is terrible. Right, waffle. Kind of laughing. Net slang short for roll on the floor laughing. Other variants include lol, laughing out loud. Include waffle mao, roll on the floor laughing my ass off. And wafflecopter. Like waffle but with the helicopter. I think I need to end it on that. Like waffle but with a helicopter. Okay, with that I'm going to end this episode. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!